it's a double standard because the Cowboys have a 3-decade-long history of being silly under the leadership of Jerry Jones.
You know, Kittle's my guy, but I'm going to say this. Laugh now, cry later. We got something for that. Just trust. Just trust. If we see them again, just trust. Laugh now, cry later.
If I don't know you exist, we don't have beef. You have a problem with me.
Know that feeling.
Because I don't know you breathe air on this earth. So how can I have a problem with you?
The Dallas Cowboys are headed to Los Angeles to play the Chargers on Monday Night Football. Let me know in the comments what you think the score is going to be. Let me paint you a picture. The Dallas Cowboys are like that buddy of yours, you know, the one you embarrassed 3 times straight in Madden, and yet he's still on his high horse claiming he's the superior player. It's a frustrating and embarrassing confidence that seems immune to reality. And folks, once again, the Cowboys are feeding us a similar storyline in real life. Dive into this with me. They stroll into the season, impose their will against, let's be honest, subpar teams, and generate a 3-1 record. And this is beautiful, but this is also kind of the norm for the Cowboys. Against the teams like the Giants and the Jets and the Patriots, they're racking up numbers with a staggering 95-point differential in just those 3 games. When the moment comes to really validate their standing, to prove they are indeed a top 5 NFL team, and the defense that some have hailed as the #1 defense in the league, what happens? A nationally televised catastrophe falling 42-10 to the 49ers. And just in case anyone doesn't know, I myself am not a Cowboys fan, but I do have my co-host, Alex, who is a Cowboys fan, so we understand fully the Cowboys struggle, the Cowboy point of view. Trust me, we understand. This isn't just a one-off, it's a pattern. It's 3 consecutive losses to the 49ers, with 2 of them axing their postseason dreams in consecutive years. It's not just a loss. It's being categorically outplayed, outclassed, and outmatched in every facet of the game when the stakes are genuine. After that spectacle against the 49ers, we've got a lot to unpack here. And on the surface, dominant Cowboys team got not just beaten, but humiliated. 42-10 under the glaring lights on national television, as we discussed. And Micah Parsons, a superstar, a guy I like, a guy that coming out of the draft had no business getting picked up by the Cowboys, steps into the limelight post-game and tells us we weren't put in a position to succeed, and takes George Kittle's FU Dallas shirt to heart. It's a rough look, venturing to excuse territory when the 49ers, let's be honest, were in a different league that night. Now, folks, always want to zoom in on the quarterback when things go sideways, but this was a team-wide collapse. Dak Prescott, sure, he's a piece of the puzzle, but Tony Pollard, a mere 8 carries for 29 yards. CeeDee Lamb, 4 catches, 49 yards. Brandon Cooks, the man heralded as the offensive savior, has been shadowed, gathering only 73 yards through 4 games. And let's not forget Michael Gallup, who's pretty much just a sideline player with just 2 catches for 15 yards. Remember last year's Cowboys? A defense shouldering the bulk of the load, while the offense, brimming with talent, just couldn't seem to find its footing. It's like deja vu all over again, guys. So where do we cast our gaze? Is it the departure of Kellen Moore? Because on paper, this Cowboys roster has a Super Bowl bubble inked all over it, yet on the field, in those critical make-or-break matchups, they always failed. They always fail. Even the intimidating Cowboys defense looked mortal, looked pathetic. With the 49ers, Brock Purdy putting on an MVP clinic, 17-24, 252 yards passing, 4 touchdowns total. Jordan Madison, the 3rd-string running back, let's be clear, guys, carving through the defense with a cool 6.9 yards per carry, and George Kittle, the man, was everywhere, snagging 3 touchdown receptions. 3 touchdown receptions, not 3 touchdowns with 6 receptions. Every touchdown was a reception. So while it's convenient and sometimes comforting to lay the blame at Dak Prescott's feet, which is very easy, and I personally believe it's a cop-out, this downfall was a collective effort. The tape, it doesn't lie, folks. Every phase of the game, every unit of the team was symmetrically dismantled by the 49ers. And as we step forward, the question looms large: who are the real Dallas Cowboys? Now, here's where the rubber meets the road for these Dallas Cowboys, because staring down the barrel Monday Night Football against the Chargers like we discussed, there's a moment of reckoning looming on the horizon. Win or lose in Los Angeles, the narrative has shifted for this team. We're beyond being swayed by hollow victories. It's a precipice where the Cowboys need to ink some victories, statement wins into the season story. Look at the road ahead. 2 games against the Eagles, encounters with the Bills, Dolphins, Lions, and Seahawks. This isn't a stroll in the park. It's a gauntlet that demands excellence, demands victories, and even threading together a string of W's might not suffice to shed the specter of doubt that's veiled over this team. There's a credibility gap with the Cowboys team, and the reality of them thrusting deep into the postseason. The echoes of those haunting, stark defeats linger in the air, and thrusting them when the stakes are sky high seems like a gamble that history warns us against. We've witnessed them wilt in the clutch, falter in the defining moments, and to rekindle faith in their playoff prowess, the bar is skyscraper high. Navigating through the playoffs is no joyride. The 49ers, and yes, the Eagles, the team you hate, these are the Titans that stand between the Cowboys and postseason glory. And candidly, the current habits of the Cowboys doesn't quite measure up, does it? There's a missing ingredient, a vacant element that separates the great from the elite. So Cowboys Nation, as we navigate through the ebbs and flows of this roller coaster season, I pose this to you because depending on how this narrative unfolds, the looming offseason could be a pot of questions and hard decisions. The eyes inevitably are going to turn towards head coach Mike McCarthy, towards quarterback Dak Prescott, and of course towards the financial puzzle that is managing impending substantial contracts for standout performance like Micah Parsons and CeeDee Lamb. McCarthy, the coach of this talented yet, to this point, underachieving squad, do you trust him? Genuinely, do you actually trust him? Can he be the architect that turns this Cowboys team into a legitimate perennial contender? And Dak Prescott, the man under the center, tasked with navigating this ship through treacherous NFL waters. Is he the quarterback that can host the Lombardi Trophy clad in that iconic star on the helmet? And what about Trey Lance, right? What about the future? A quarterback brimming with potential, yet shrouded in uncertainty? Is there a path where he becomes the face of the franchise? Or do the Cowboys, gazing at the talent ahead in the 2024 NFL Draft, consider pivoting towards a fresh start at the position? And as we zoom out, looking at this team as it stands, as it battles through the weeks and months ahead, is there still a flicker of belief in your Cowboys' heart that they can surge through the NFC and plant their flag atop the conference when the postseason dust settles? Let me know in the comments, Cowboys fans. Thank you so much. And lastly, this question is for the Cowboy haters, or if you're a Cowboy fan and you hate them, when did that hate start? When did it get created? Was it ordained to you by your family? Have you always hate the Cowboys? Did you used to like them, now you hate them? When did it all start? When did it all begin? Is it the fan base that you hate so much? Do you hate that they call themselves America's team? I need to know in the comments. I want to get a poll on why you hate the Dallas Cowboys, because there's a lot of you out there. Let me know in the comments. Thank you. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.